Greedy ex-wife gets completely owned by husband's lawyer in court. I got a banger from the Modern King. Let's get straight into it.
Good afternoon. I'm Wendy DeVozo. I'm attorney for defendant Donald Blankenship, and I'm here with Mr. Blankenship.
Okay, thank you. I did not have Mr. Blankenship as represented. Are you making your appearance here today on his behalf?
Yes, Your Honor, I am. I was just retained, and we've actually filed a motion to set aside the default, but I don't think the court even has it yet.
Both the parties are present by Zoom video, and counsel, again, if you can put your appearance on for the record, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon. Wendy DeVozo, appearing on behalf of the defendant husband, Donald Blankenship. And Your Honor, my P number is 54496. I'm out of Cadillac, Michigan.
Okay, thank you. This was set today for entry of a judgment of divorce by default. And Ms. DeVozo, can you just make a record of how you want to proceed today?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking the court to actually dismiss the motion for entry of default judgment. First and foremost, the plaintiff did not serve a proposed judgment of divorce on Mr. Blankenship according to the court rule 3.210B4A. But in fact, her motion says that she did. So we have no idea what she's asking the court to accept, for starters. Secondly, I was just retained, and I've filed, or on its way to the court, is a motion to set aside the default, the filing fee, and a response to today's motion, as well as my appearance. We are asking that the court set aside the default. The parties were actually working together and in fact had ironed out some terms, and Mr. Blankenship did prepare, and I'm going to use the word file in quotes, filed an answer with Ms. Blankenship. And I've got a receipt dated April 1st, 2025, where he mailed that to her and had shared that with her. But meanwhile, she went to the court and got a default. So I think that if the court hears the motion, there's good cause to show that the default should be set aside.
To clarify, the ex-wife deliberately ignored the husband's filing in order to secure a default judgment.
This is a long-term marriage. Mr. Blankenship is disabled, and he is going to need his fair share of the marital estate. And so there are some important issues to decide here. So I know my motion's not before the court, but as far as request for a default judgment today, we're asking that that be dismissed for all of the above reasons.
All right, thank you. Ms. Blankenship, what is your position on this?
I would like to get this done. He may have mailed that on April 1st, but he did not serve me. I did not pick that up until the 14th. So well over the allotted time as far as that. And as far as, yes, most of the stuff we have agreed on, we have come to an agreement upon. The only thing that I am asking is regarding the equity of the home. We refinanced the home in 2022. At that time, Donald and myself both got half of the equity. He took the entire equity, had it placed into an account that was in his name only that I was not aware of. He had to then re-give me the half back that we agreed upon. So the equity has already been split. It was split in January of 2022 when we refinanced the home. There's also a matter of, we had ice damage in February just before filing, which Don took it upon himself, even though he wasn't staying here, or fixed the roof, to file a claim against the homeowner's insurance, which will leave me to fix the roof because they denied the claim. Will leave me to fix the entire front portion of the house, the walls and the floor in the bedroom. So as far as equity, I don't think it should be split 50-50 like he is saying. I think that the equity has already been taken out of the home, and I'm left with a lot of cleanup. We cut 10 acres worth of pine due to the pine beetle, and he received half of that money as well as that myself. And then also he has,
They're both like, nah, you didn't. You lying now.
Significant amount of garbage on the property that will take multiple.
You're not talking about leaving yourself on the property, huh?
Shots fired!
Dumpsters to clean up, which I sent to you and him in evidence. He
Okay,
didn't believe that my divorce papers, and he stated to me that I did not believe that I filed for divorce, and that was his reasoning to me for not responding in a timely manner.
She believes her version of events.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like she wrapped up in her own Delulu. She must be working overtime at Delulu Lemon.
okay, all right. So, number one, Ms. Blankenship, just so you're aware, I'm not making any decisions today about how the property should be divided up. And certainly the court will take into account your side of things, just as I will Mr. Blankenship's side of things. In terms of moving forward today, under the law, the court is required to make sure that any judgment that's entered in a divorce case is fair and equitable. So even if the default were to go forward, any judgment that was entered, the court would still be required to make that consideration. So
Correct.
in light of that, in light of the issues that both sides have raised here today, and without making a decision about whether the court will or won't set aside the default yet, the court cannot enter a judgment of divorce today, in my view. So, Ms. DeVozo, did you get a hearing date already for my office?
We're working on it. We did make an attempt to, but we haven't heard back from the court. So we'll continue to get that, to work on that and get the soonest date we can, so we can get this moving forward. I don't think anybody wants to spend a lot of needless time and money, but you know, here we are. So we'll try to move it forward quickly.
Well, Your Honor, I am stuck paying every bill because Donald has not paid one bill in this home, not a dollar towards anything in this home since February of this year. So I have been left to pay every single bill in this home. He has left all of his responsibilities onto me, leaving me with $600 electric bills and the house payment and his phone bill up until this last month, his car insurance up until the last month and everything else. So he has took every dollar of income that he has and used it for himself.
Notice how she conveniently left out the fact that he has not been living in the home since he stopped paying the bill.
I was about to say he ain't living there. What you talking about? Now I don't know about his car insurance and car note. What was that about?
Okay.
Which
Well,
has allowed him to retain the attorney, apparently.
Shots fired.
Okay. If all of that is true, then that's certainly going to make a difference in how things are divided up. So, you know, the only thing I would say, Ms. Blankenship, is you may want to consider retaining your own counsel.
I guess I will have to. That's why I was trying to move forward. We do still agree on everything. I'm not sure why he retained a lawyer other than the house. That's the only thing. He wants half of the house, and I was leaving that in your decision to make. He has also assets that he did not report, even when he responded. His drag car that he claims is a 1963 split window Vet, worth considerable amount of money, not the $2,000 he claimed. He also has a 1985 square to body pickup truck that it is his friend Joe Steele's residence or his place of work at Extreme Automotive, as well as a 72 soft top Nova. He's also removed items from the property since the divorce, and he has sold items since the divorce.
Your Honor.
Well, look, I'm not making any decisions today, Ms. Blankenship. I understand that's your position. As I sit here, I have no idea what has gone on so far. So all of that's going to have to be hashed out either by agreement of the parties or
Hearsay.
through court proceedings. So again, Ms. Blankenship, it may be in your best interest to consult with an attorney here so that you can make sure that your rights are protected. As it is, we're going to proceed, Ms. DeVozo, with your motion to set aside the default. The court will make a ruling on that once we have a hearing for it. I am going to ask that you file, if you haven't already, a written appearance for the court file, in addition to your appearances on the record here today. And we'll go forward with that motion once that's set. And Ms. Blankenship, you will receive notice of the date and time of that. And that's how we'll proceed.
So she wants
Just all that work to get just nothing. That's why there's a process to everything, brother. Gotta go by the book, or you're gonna get left with nothing. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time it is. Can we get some freeze in the chat, poor flavor? Loki. Free? Good boy. He actually waited today. Goodness gracious. I don't know if y'all saw him the other day, but I just said Loki and he went and just ate it. He didn't even care. He did not even care, brother. He did not want to listen. He's like, bro, nah, I'm going ahead and get that jerky off you, cuz. Go ahead and get that jerky off you. Don't even worry about it. He cracks me up sometimes, dude, I swear.
How many hours do you work, Eric?
60 hours a week.
60 hours a week. And
That's a lot of work, bro.
how many hours do you work at home?
The same. More.
You're a liar!
All day, all night.
Really? And then you woke up and realised you were dreaming, you mean?
Well, my day doesn't end sometimes.
What do you mean your day don't end? It don't bloody begin. You spent time on the phone. You spent time just walking around the house, up and down. You spent time walking back and forth from a dining table.
Jeez, she's getting cooked.
With your kids. I don't know what you do with your hours. But I tell you one thing as a woman, if my husband's working...
Look at that accountability just smacking her straight in the face.
I do...
All night. Brother. You don't work all day, all night. You don't work all day, all night. I know I've said this phrase before, women live life on easy mode. This is a perfect example of what I mean.
I'm 23 years old and I'm in $300,000 of debt. And no, I don't plan to pay it. It used to really bother me, but I'm done letting it bother me.
You know what really bothers me is half of your sandwich is freaking outside the bread. Like, so the back half of that, I know it's just all bread.
And before anybody says I'm lazy or to get a job, I have a job. I work 40 hours a week. Not to mention I work in healthcare, so I'm also saving lives.
But this whole I work in healthcare, I'm saving lives. Like, what exactly do you do in healthcare, though? Are you a receptionist? You checking people in? Hi, what time was your appointment? That's not saving lives, bro. Unless you're a nurse or a doctor. I mean, maybe a CNA at best, but like you're wiping tuchuses, bro.
If a debt collector calls me, they're getting blocked. Because seriously, why would you give that much money to a 23-year-old? It's not my fault.
Oh my God, dude, the lack of accountability. You're an adult. What are you talking about? It's not your fault. What do you mean it's not your fault? It is your fault.
I am literally just a girl.
See, I live life on easy. I'm just a girl.
I'm making this video to help other people in debt feel less alone. It can be really depressing and it can really ruin your life, but it doesn't have to. Money isn't real and it never has been.
Bro, what?
You stupid.
I don't believe I should pay it back because, well, look at the state of the world right now.
While you sit at home eating your McDonald's sandwich, yeah, it looks like you're just going through it, honey. It looks like you're on the front lines of Gaza.
If you're in a similar situation,
with a freaking coffee, like, dude, come on.
I want you to know that you're not alone. And just because you're in debt doesn't mean your life has to stop.
Bro, whoever gave this girl a phone, take it away. You have to say something and take a sip.
The debt is all in your mind. That's what I'm telling myself, at least. Bye.
Jeebus crust. Oh my Lord, have mercy. What is that? It's all in your mind. The debt isn't real. It's not real. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The debt isn't real. What? What?
Y'all be so quick to call these men who actually trying, not the deadbeat ones, who's actually trying to take care of their kids and do right by their kids. Y'all be so busy giving them a hard time and making their life miserable, but they can financially and mentally provide for these kids. If they take all of the government assistance away from you, can you do the same without the help? Nope. And the answer for a lot of women is no.
How about no?
You can't. You can't sustain your livelihood without the government's assistance. So instead of you acknowledging that, allowing this man to help you raise your children or your child outside of finance, outside from the financial aspect of it, allowing him to help raise a child, not provide financially for the child, help raise the child. You rather do it all by yourself because of what? What, you gonna get some extra brownie points for it?
Dude, nobody's giving single moms a pat on the back. Like, yay, you're doing it alone. You let another guy cheese in you and had his kid. Good job. Said by nobody.
You want the bragging rights that my baby daddy don't da-da-da-da-da? What's up?
That's what I'll never get is why, like, single moms, they say, oh, my baby daddy ain't worth nothing. He's a bum. Wait, you're telling me you let a bum blow your back out and then you had his kid?
You stupid.
What are you even talking about? You not realize how stupid that makes you sound? You let a bum cheese in you, held his baby for 9 months, and then popped the baby out? But he's a bad guy? You sound like an idiot.
You stupid.
It's what I don't get. A lot of these women, when they try to bash men, they really don't realize that life is a mirror, not a window. You let this man that's supposedly not worth nothing do all this to you, and you expect us to think that he's a bad guy and you're the good guy or the good girl? What? You got to realize that your baby daddy, that's you. Life is a mirror, not a window. You attract what you are. That's you. Your baby daddy is you in female form. If he's trash, guess what? You're trash too. It's so funny that women don't realize this stuff, but that's what it is. That is what it is. It's sad that they can't realize it because that's the reality. But I doubt they'll ever see it that way.
If your date takes you to a cheap restaurant on the first date, is that a red flag?
No.
Not for me.
Oh God, you're on the wrong side of history.
No, she's just actually a base chick. You can just even see in her look, like in her natural look here, like this chick enhanced veneers, maybe lip fillers, fake hair.
Not for me.
This girl looks natural. Maybe she has her hair braided, but this chick looks chill.
Oh God, you're on the wrong side of history. Why is that not a big deal for you?
Because I got money and because I didn't grow up rich. So I like ghetto.
What's a fun date to you?
Like a park. I'm a nature. The park, I know.
These bougie girls like, ooh, a park? What do I look like, a freaking dog?
I know everyone doesn't agree with this, but like, take me to the park or take me to the library. I know, look at you, just I feel.
It's because I think so many women are taught at an early age that a man's love is equal to money. Whereas when you don't have money, you realize what love really is. A lot of people are raised, especially young women, they're raised and when they have a problem, daddy pays for it, mommy pays for it. And they're never taught that emotional bond. But when you're poor, you can't pay for anything. You can't buy love. You really can't. You can't buy loyalty. You can buy affection, but you can't buy loyalty. You can buy fake love. I got a buddy of mine. We're very close in age. He's like a year older than me. He's a grade above me. But he was like the complete opposite of everything I was in high school. He had a lot of money. His mom and dad were pharmacists. He never went without, always got a new truck. His first car was a Porsche. The guy had everything he wanted. He was wearing, True Religion jeans when they first came out. He was rocking all the nice new colognes. He always had nice new shoes. He could go spend $400 on a pair of cowboy boots. And this is back in like 08. $400 is a ton of money back then, right? Go to the ATM, pull out $500, and we would just go buy liquor with it, and he'd buy boots, buy whatever he wanted. Go buy an $80 Affliction shirt, like things that I was never able to do, these kind of things. But the one thing he lacked at home was love. Didn't have an emotional bond with his parents. He came over to my house one time. I live in a rundown house, bro. It was not good. The house I grew up in. I'll have to show you guys. I'll show you guys on a live stream. So join the next live stream. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Anyways, he comes over there one time for dinner. He meets my mom. We have dinner. And my mom, we were raised up poor, so like we had a certain amount of food that was for me and her because I was raised by a single mom. It was just a certain amount of food. We found out that my buddy was coming, so we split. Instead of having those halves, we split it into thirds, and we all just ate a little bit less. And my buddy was like, "Wait, so you guys like gave up some of your food just so I could come over and eat with you guys?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, that's what we do. We make sacrifices for the people we love and we appreciate." And he's like, "I can't believe that." He's like, "My mom or my dad would have went out and bought more or ordered more." He's like, "But you guys didn't have the money to do that. So you gave up some of the food you were going to eat for me." And he's like, and it was a small little portion. We had our dinner, we sat down, and we all talked. We weren't on our phones, we weren't watching TV, we were involved in the moment. And he's like, that's the first time I had ever felt love at a dinner table. And he told me this like probably I think earlier this year, and it blew my mind. And it warmed my heart to hear it because I was like, that's what I was raised up in my entire life. So I realized what love was, what an emotional bond was, what building a true friendship was, because I had nothing monetary to bring to a friendship, to bring to a relationship. So everything I brought to the table was just me and my personality and how I made other people feel. It wasn't anything monetarily I could give to you. Like if you were my friend, you weren't getting no money for Christmas. You weren't getting no money for your birthday. But you would get a genuine happy birthday and a hug. I would dap you up, and I would be there with you in the moment and appreciate everything that you do. So it was just funny to me, just stark contrast. But do you guys have any of those stories? Like, were you raised up poor? Were you raised up with money? Let me know in the comments. Do you have any stories like that? I'd love to hear from you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, man. Loki, did you have a good time? I had a great time, Father. He's like, I'm wide awake, but I'm sleepy. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one, man. Peace.